Kids.
Hi, Grandma. I gotta keep going.
I'm back with you.
I think we had like 400 people. It rained. Yeah, it rained for us. We had 700.
Hi.
Graduated.
We're on the stage, right? We're not.
Yeah. So we are cyclists.
Camera's on you. Okay.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Barbara.
I said, okay, we'll do it.
That's right. If you can walk. If you can walk.
Seated, you may be so. Thank you. America the Beautiful will be performed by Ashley Hudak and Rachel Dratowski and interpreted by Cecilia Canavo.
Skies or amber waves of rain.
Northwestern Connecticut Community College, and very honored to be presiding over the 48th commencement of the small college that does great things. We gather today to honor our graduates whose expertise now ranges from American Sign Language to business, from criminal justice to liberal arts, from fine arts to early childhood education, human services, veterinary technology, medical assisting, graphic design, therapeutic recreation, and nursing. All of our, let's hear it for the graduates. From the recent high school graduate who has been with us as a full-time student to the returning single parent who works and attended Northwestern part-time. This year, we have 5 graduates who are over the age of 60. Trust me, it's a great decade in which to be. Not that I know. At the first commencement, 39 graduates received their degrees. Today, we honor 203 graduates, 130 women and 64 men who make up the class of 2014. The graduates are from 47 Connecticut towns and cities, one from Florida, one from Texas, a native of Macedonia, and a native of Albania. They range in age from 19 to 68. 42 are Phi Theta Kappa honor students. 4 graduates are especially deserving not only of our congratulations, but our appreciation. I would like the veterans, as I name them, to stand and be recognized. Nicole Silkowski, Sergeant, Connecticut Army National Guard. Kenneth Santos, Staff Sergeant, U.S. Army. John Spillane, Airman First Class, U.S. Air Force. And I believe this may be in absentia, but John Deitlin, Staff Sergeant, U.S. Army. And I would like all members of the audience who are veterans to please stand to be acknowledged. Please stand. All veterans. Is William Salisbury with us today? William, would you stand up, please? William, I want to mention a very special graduate. He was recently recognized by Goodwill Industries with the Spirit of Inspiration Award. 13 years ago, William suffered a debilitating stroke, yet he has persevered and receives his general studies degree today. Congratulations. Graduates, today you have every right to disagree with the saying, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Because your destination of commencement on the green has been in the making anywhere from 2 years ago when a full-time student started to as many as 12 years when a part-time student started taking classes. Actually, the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson is, "Life is a journey, not a destination." Please know that Northwestern Connecticut Community College is proud to have been an important part of your journey and will always be here to help you reach your destination. Congratulations to the class of 2014. I would like to introduce our platform party distinguished guests. I will ask them to rise as I introduce them. Please hold your applause until I have introduced everyone. Mr. John Dankowski, News Director of WNPR, host of Where We Live, and our keynote speaker. The Honorable Roberta Willis, State Representative, 64th District and Distinguished Alumna. The Honorable Michelle Cook, State Representative, 65th District. The Honorable Jay Case, State Representative, 63rd District. Dr. Michael Gargano, Provost and Senior Vice President for the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities Board of Regents. The Honorable William Szymanski, State Representative, 62nd District. The Honorable Tim Leggett, State Representative, 17th District. Ms. Louise Van Alstyne, President of the Northwestern Community College Foundation and Regional Advisory Council. Mr. Thomas Vanini, recipient of the Alumni Award. Dr. Stephen Frazier, Dean of Administration. Ms. Kathy Chapman, Director of Student Activities. Mr. Ben Schutz, Class of 2014 and Student Speaker. Dr. Patricia Buffard, Dean of Academic and Student Affairs. Ms. Roseanne Dennerlein, Counselor, Grand Marshal. She will be leaving us after 25 years of service to the college. Dr. Ruth Gonzalez, Chair of the Commencement Committee, Director of Student Development. Ms. Laura McCarthy, Faculty Marshal. Dr. Douglas Mooney, Faculty Marshal. Our skilled interpreters for this evening's event, Dr. Sarah Bement and Mr. Paul Atkinson. Did I get everybody? I did. Okay. Please thank them for being with us tonight. It is my pleasure to now introduce Dr. Michael Gargano, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, who will bring greetings from the Board of Regents of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor and privilege to be here tonight and to share this momentous occasion with you all. What is very clear tonight and reaffirms what we've all known for a very, very long time, that right here at Northwestern Community College, they produce some of the finest graduates that's ever been produced in the state of Connecticut. This is not a debatable item with anybody in the state of Connecticut. We also know that tonight, while that slogan is, it's a small college that does big things, that the truth of the matter in front of us tonight, there are 200 very big stories, that each one of has been crafted uniquely for your personality and for your beliefs and how you want to go about and live your life. Because as a matter, your education here at Northwestern was more than just getting an academic credential. It was right here at Northwestern where you learned to think for yourself. It's where you learn to act for yourself. It's where you learn to speak for yourself. It's where you discovered who you wanted to be. It's right here at Northwestern that Sarah discovered business and management administration. It's where Vec Tech discovered Emily. It's where Roland discovered criminal justice. And it's where Matthew learned about fine arts. It's where each and every one of you found exactly the major in the degree that gets you excited, right? And it's here at Northwestern where you also reaffirmed your values. Many probably did it right here on this lawn, where you learned about that education was more than learning about what's in a book. You learned that it was about contributing back to society in very meaningful ways. And I am confident that your education has provided you with the tools to give others the same opportunity that has been presented to you. It is also very clear to me that the help along the way came from the exceptional faculty that are to our right and the exceptional faculty that are to our left, and I think they deserve a little round of applause. My hope for you is that you lead a life that you are proud of. And the other thing that is very clear to me as I make my way around the state of Connecticut and meet with business and industry, that the problems that we all face are very complex and very complicated, and they require a different set of skills. But it's also clear to me as I talk to business and industries and others, that if the problem is complex and if it is complicated, there's only one way to solve it, and that's to hire a Northwestern Community College graduate. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with you. I'm rooting for you. Go Northwestern!
I have to tell you that Dr. Gargano has only been in his position for 2 months, but he has drank the Northwestern Kool-Aid. Let's give him a hand. In keeping with the traditions of commencement, it's time to honor graduates and to recognize special achievements by outstanding individuals in our community. The Presidential Medallion is awarded to student or students who have earned the highest GPA and have been named valedictorians of the class. Last night, we gave the medallion to 2 students who have fulfilled these requirements with a grade point average each of 3.98. And I would like them to stand to be recognized. Miss Molly Kate Baldwin, and Miss Carla Frechette. Miss Baldwin will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ms. Frechette will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Computer Systems Technology. Let's hear it again for these brilliant young women. The 2014 Alumni Award will now be presented by Louise Van Alstyne. Got us? Okay. President of the Northwestern Community College Foundation and Regional Advisory Council. Louise?
Thank you, Dr. Douglas. I'm Louise Van Alstyne, President of the College Foundation, and I am so pleased to be able to give the Alumni Award this evening to Mr. Thomas Vanini. Mr. Vanini graduated from this great institution in 1986 with an associate degree in science and criminal justice. Mr. Vanini is presently the Region 5 Coordinator for the Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security for the state of Connecticut. He's responsible for assisting in the planning, prevention, response, and recovery for 43 towns and has written the regional response plan for these towns. Mr. Vanini has worked 5 presidential emergency declarations, including conducting damage assessments after major incidents and storms, and coordinating water rescues during a flooding incident, and his expertise was most recently called into play Tuesday night with those 100-mile-an-hour straight-line winds, which did not hit us, but in Southbury and New Milford. From 2007 through 2010, Mr. Vanini was the Emergency Preparedness Program Specialist for School Security for the Connecticut Department of Emergency Management. He served as co-chair of the state's Committee on Children's Emergency Preparedness and the committee that developed the All-Hazard Planning Guide for Schools. Mr. Vanini worked for the Torrington Police Department for 28 years, from 1977 through 2004, and 11 of those years as an EMT, because at that time, the police department served as the ambulance service for the city of Torrington. He has also served as a community response officer, communications officer, police athletic league director, and co-emergency management director, and somehow managed to fit in 11 years with the Burrville Volunteer Fire Department. Carrying on the tradition of education, Mr. Vanini presently serves as trainer for the Community Emergency Response Team and has done this training since 2005. Northwestern is indeed proud to recognize such a dedicated leader in national, state, and community safety with our Alumni Recognition Award. Congratulations, Mr. Vanini.
Student speaker for the evening will be introduced by Ms. Kathy Chapman, Director of Student Activities.
Good evening. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Ben. This is really truly a privilege for me. Ben Schutz is a non-traditional student, meaning that he didn't start college right after high school. In fact, he wasn't sure if college was even for him. Today, he's graduating with honors with an associate degree in liberal arts and science. Ben embraced everything about college. He was the president of the History Association, vice president of leadership for Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, and secretary for the Student Senate. He was recognized for his volunteer service as a tutor and has served as a student ambassador at open house events and orientation programs. He was invited to address prospective students at an Experience College event and to the Chamber of Commerce Leadership Northwest group. He represented our students and the college at a public hearing in Hartford regarding funding with the state budget. In April, Ben received the All Connecticut Academic Team Award at the Capitol in Hartford. Considering his next step, Ben applied to Trinity College, Brown University, and Wesleyan University. Trinity recruited him for their IDP program with significant financial support, and he is high waitlisted at Brown, which means the door is still open. His choice was Trinity until he received acceptance from Wesleyan University with a full academic scholarship. It took him 2 weeks to consider his options. He will be attending Wesleyan in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Schutz.
Hey guys. Hey. So, over 3 years ago, I enrolled in my first college class here at Northwestern. At the time, I was working full-time at a farm during the day and part-time as a janitor in the evening. I hoped to enroll in one evening class so that I could find out what college was about without seriously disrupting my employment commitments. I was interested in taking an English class with the hope of dusting off my long dormant interest in writing. I wasn't sure specifically what I wanted to do, or even what I hoped to accomplish, but I had a sense that I was really missing something by not attending college. I was nervous about returning to school. I had graduated high school about 6 years prior and began a full-time job the day after graduation. My original intention was to take a year off from education and get a sense of the real world. I was a disinterested student in high school, achieving high marks in subject of interest, but less than satisfactory, if not embarrassing, grades in less appealing subjects. Math. Several of my teachers encouraged me to attend college, though, with the thinking that the increased academic freedom would suit me. One teacher in particular seemed to appear out of thin air at local parks and gas stations, always asking, "Have you signed up for classes yet?" When I finally decided to sign up for a class in the January of 2011, I sat in Jeff Cruther's office discussing the options. I had waited a bit too long to sign up, and all of the English classes that suited my schedule were full. On a hunch that I might enjoy Jim Kelleher's English composition course, Mr. Crothers encouraged me to email Professor Kelleher to explain my situation and to ask him to sign off on a full course override. Fortunately, he replied promptly because the first class meeting was only a few hours away, and there is nothing worse than missing the first class meeting. Nothing. And so my college career began. I quickly purchased pens and pencils of every variety, as well as notebooks and a backpack. I was a bit nervous not knowing what to expect, especially after several years away from school. At the first few class meetings, the tension dissipated. The reading and writing was a challenge, but I immediately felt at home among the student body. As the semesters progressed, I began to take more courses and get more involved. By 2013, I was taking 5 classes a semester and serving as an officer in several campus organizations. Many of us have had the experience of transitioning from 1 or 2 classes to a more demanding full-time or even beyond full-time schedule. This transition is often very stressful because it almost always complicates employment and family arrangements. When I made this transition, it happened all at once. I went from 2 classes in the fall of 2012 to 5 classes in the spring of 2013. So it's a very stressful time for me, both in and out of school. In spite of this, it turned out to be my best semester academically, and I was elected to officer positions in several organizations. A great deal of the credit for this success goes to our tireless faculty and our quietly optimistic student body, both of whom have kept me on track and preserved my sense of humor. Our faculty can best be described as intense. I have often wondered whether some of them ever go home. Many times I have passed Dean Bouffard's office late in the evening and seen her through the window typing intently on her computer. I received prompt email responses from Dr. Beck past midnight on multiple occasions. And poor Professor Bryda now knows and can identify the sound of my footsteps in the hall leading to his office, a sound that no doubt haunts him on those seldom occasions he has the time to sleep. Although the faculty has high expectations, they put in a great deal of effort to make sure that we will succeed. The many and varied experiences of our classmates also makes them a great source of ideas, support, and even inspiration. My fellow students are the busiest and most remarkable people I know. In any given class at Northwestern, one may find traditional college students recently out of high school, professionals taking a few classes to further a career, individuals taking classes for intellectual stimulation, as well as students who have had a break in their education and have returned to pursue a degree. Each brings with them a unique perspective and a set of experiences. The result is an atmosphere where everyone is able to learn from each other, and the depth and quality of class discussion increases exponentially. In spite of the diversity among our classmates, I have noticed 2 traits very common among Northwesterners: optimism and persistence. We tend to be optimistic, and I think, as a result, we persist. The word optimism gets used so often that it seems to have become somewhat abstracted. According to my trusty dictionary, optimism is a doctrine that this world is the best possible world. This brings to mind the concept of optimism versus pessimism, and the associated images of personality traits, the stereotypical bubbly, outgoing optimist, or the reserved, introverted pessimist. These concepts are interesting sociological constructions, but what I have observed among our classmates is that in the real world, optimism can be much more subtle, but just as powerful. Optimism can be as simple as signing up for a challenging course with the hope of self-improvement. It is a subtle motive in pursuing a particular major, with hopes of beginning a fulfilling career. Upon close examination, attending college is itself an act of optimism, based on the vision and hope that we can all be better, and that there's room for improvement within ourselves and within our world. For many of us, completing a college degree has been a challenge, and not just the obvious academic challenge. Many of us have had financial and employment challenges. Others have worked hard to maintain family obligations. Quite a few have managed to balance college, employment, and family. Many have juggled multiple responsibilities, investing a level of effort that boggles the mind. These committed, tireless students have inspired all of us to persist, to sign up for that challenging class, to finish that lengthy paper, and to remain optimistic. Even in the face of our challenges, we have made it here today to celebrate and share our achievement. Optimism, the sometimes subtle real-world optimism so crucial to persistence and achievement, has brought us this far, and I trust it will carry us all into the future. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce this evening's keynote speaker, Mr. John Tenkowski. John is news director of WNPR and host of Where We Live. He started working in radio at WDUQ Pittsburgh in 1988 and has spent most of his career in public media. Since coming to Connecticut in 1994, he's helped to build NPR's award-winning newsroom, cultivating one of the most talented staffs in public radio. He has reported for NPR on politics, economic redevelopment, drug crime, assisted suicide, tribal recognition, immigration, and a surprising number of stories about sports. He's also worked as an editor at NPR in Washington. John has won national and local awards for his reporting, and Where We Live has twice been honored as public radio's best call-in show. In the recent past, John has held an appointment as the Robert C. Vance Endowed Chair in Journalism and Mass Communication at Central Connecticut State University, having previously served as an adjunct journalist professor at Quinnipiac University. He has hosted countless political debates along with live panel discussions for the Connecticut Forum, the Mark Twain House, and the Harriet Beecher Stowe Center. John is a native of Pittsburgh who tells anyone he meets about the Steelers, the Pirates, and the Penguins, the Andy Warhol Museum, and I just asked him about Primanti Brothers sandwiches. They're sandwiches on big rolls with lots of meat, French fries, and coleslaw, so you can eat one meal all at once. They're very slimming. John lives in Winstead, where we live, with his wife, Jennifer, and his cat, Dirk. So from Where We Live and the reason not to turn off NPR after the news, Mr. John Denkowski.
The president was really interested in those sandwiches. She asked me about those quite a bit earlier. Thank you, President Douglas, and everyone in the Northwestern family. This college is a big part of my hometown of Winstead, and I'm honored to be asked to be part of this family. As the smallest college in the state university system, it has rightfully earned that nickname, the small college that does great things. Not the least of which is to bring life and vibrancy to the streets of Winstead. Now, when you arrive here for your classes every day, whether you realize it or not, you're making Winstead a real college town, a true creative center for the Northwest corner, and those of us who live here every day are proud of that fact, and we appreciate everything that you do. Since moving here 15 years ago, I came to know the Nader family, especially Ralph and Claire, for all that they have done to inspire new ways of thinking in America and for all that they've done to influence policy and politics. They often talk with the greatest pride about this town and this college and their brother Shafiq's role in making the school a reality. So it is with great humility that I accepted this invitation to speak with you today on this historic green. I'm just going to take a couple minutes, though, to speak because, as I have been reminded several times, no one ever complained that the commencement speech was too short. And also because this day is not for me or the faculty or staff or administration. They're all very proud of you. But this is for you and your friends and your family. It's a day to celebrate what you've accomplished and everything you will accomplish in the years ahead. A day to celebrate hard work and achievement and the overcoming of obstacles and doubts and fears. For those of you who don't know who I am or what I do, I am just the luckiest person in the world. What I do is I listen to people's stories all day. I get to talk to people about the things that are important in their lives, how we can make our communities better. I hear from people about the struggles that they face and the ways that they are trying to overcome. It's with this idea in mind that I share the words of a woman that I have been thinking a lot about the last few days, the poet, activist, and scholar Maya Angelou. Here's one of the many, many things that she said. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. When I read that famous quote, I hear two meanings. The first is that in each of us, in some way, we're holding a story inside that we can't say out loud, a story that has been written over time but left untold. We want to overcome the fears and tell our story to someone, but we can't find a sympathetic ear, someone who will sit and listen to us. Listening is one of the great traits that humans possess, but our listening muscle is one that we engage all too infrequently. I teach my journalism students something simple. Lead with your ears, not with your mouth. Because as much as we feel communication is about talking to others, it's about the art of listening. That's one of the skills that you developed here, a muscle that you trained that now you can flex in the world. By listening not just to your professors and what they had to say, but your classmates, you learned that the best way to learn is to feel empathy for others and to listen to them. You can find answers that way. A college that teaches people how to listen can provide an important service to our community as a whole, but also to those individuals, the ones who Maya Angelou was talking about. As a good listener, you help others by allowing them to tell their untold stories. The other meaning that I hear in her words, I hear the story of potential, of a possible story yet to be written, let alone told. These are the stories that we're celebrating today, stories of lives changed by the courageous act of just trying something for the first time, trying something new. Stories about going back to school years after dropping out. Stories about taking on debt and 2 part-time jobs to try to make a change. Stories of juggling kids and a marriage and a vague dream of what is to come next. Here's one story I heard. A student who lost his job and wanted to start a new career, a new way to support his family. His professors say he wasn't a skilled writer to start off, but he asked a family member to mentor him, and he improved over time. One night he showed up very late for his English class, and it was near the end of the semester, and he looked just awful. He apologized to his professor because his homework wasn't done. He'd spent the entire day in the hospital, it seems, with one of his kids who was sick. "You're apologizing for this?" he was asked by the professor. He went home that night with an assignment to read his kids a bedtime story. That student finished with an A. I heard the story of a nursing student with a big idea. She wants to solve the problem of health inequities for the hearing impaired. So she came here to become a registered nurse, but also to become a certified sign language interpreter. She says she wants to serve as a liaison between the deaf community and medical providers. In her words, to affect change for individuals and on our local and larger communities. That's a good story. Here's a story I read in the newspaper, and one that we heard a little bit about before. It's one of your classmates who was 34 when he suffered a massive stroke. He spent 5 months in the hospital recovering. 13 years later, he's still recovering, having to learn how to walk and talk again. He was attending Northwestern at the time of his stroke, and he was just a course away from getting his degree. Years later, he came back and finished that degree and went back for more, all while volunteering at an organization to help adults with mental illness. Those stories are inspiring. I heard another story of a man who'd been self-employed for more than 20 years, whose life was thrown into a spiral when the recession hit. It happened to a lot of people. He decided he wanted to be a nurse, that he wanted to take care of others when they needed it the most. He says that returning to college after 25 years and jumping into anatomy and physiology nearly killed me. I immediately knew that my success was going to rely heavily on support, tenacity, and determination. Now, journalists like me are always looking for a soundbite that illustrates someone's story, words that show more than they tell. And here's what he said about the hard work he had to put in here at Northwestern. See if this resonates with you. "To be truthful," he said, "I don't know if I could ever do it again. But that doesn't matter. I did it this time. A big part of me has been praying every day for this challenge to be over, but now that it is over, the reality is bittersweet." Does that sound about right to any of you? I could tell these stories for a while, but I'll stop. I mentioned earlier that in my job I'm lucky because of what I get to do, but I'm also lucky because most of my career has been spent in one place, in one job. That's rare these days. My dad spent decades at the same office job. His father before him spent decades in the same steel mill. Today, the stories of our working lives are often told in fast-moving, overlapping chapters. A need to change and take on new challenges constantly. A job today means something quite a bit different than it did years ago. When I talk to politicians of all political persuasions, and I do all the time, about college, specifically community college, I hear them talk all the time about jobs, about the 21st century workforce, about being globally competitive and making a brighter future for America. And all of this is true. We do need to train people who are ready to do the work that is needed for America now. Many of you came here to do just that. But that's not the story I really want to leave you with today, because the story today is about the accomplishment of doing what you did, about what it means to take a step into the unknown with nothing there to catch you. about working incredibly hard at something that might seem difficult or daunting, but succeeding in the end. You may have taken on this challenge in order to find yourself a new job, but that's not the most important thing you will have come away with. On this day, we celebrate the fact that you have put in the work and the effort and the grit to make this day part of your story. Something to be proud of, something to celebrate, and something to tell anyone who will listen. I wish you great success and lasting peace, and wonderful stories ahead. And I will leave you once again with the words of Maya Angelou, who once spoke at a commencement very much like this, many years before some of you were born. And she said this: I encourage you to live with life. Be courageous, adventurous. Give us a tomorrow more than we deserve. I thank you very much, and I encourage you to commence. Thank you. And congratulations, you guys rock, really.
Now the moment that you all came here for, to actually get your degrees. Congratulations, here we go. Dean Patricia Buffard will join me in the presentation of the candidates, and Dr. Gargano will confer the degree. We do have 3 groups of graduates this year: those receiving certificates, those receiving associate in art degrees, and those receiving associate in science degrees. They will be presented in 3 separate groups. We will have you rise, just stand until you're called forward.
Good evening. Will the candidates for their certificate programs please rise?
The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the certificate. The faculty recommend that their certificate be awarded.
By the authority vested in the Board of Regents of the Connecticut State College and Universities under the statutes of the state of Connecticut, I award you this certificate as recommended by the faculty of the college.
Candidates, please come forward.
Medical Billing and Coding Certificate. Chanel Sanchez Gonzalez, Medical Billing and Coding Certificate. Jennifer May Casabury, Fine Arts Certificate. Deborah E. Braddock, Therapeutic Recreation Certificate.
Over 60.
Go ahead, you may come forward. Megan Heather Hewitt, Medical Assisting Certificate. Teresa M. Tuz, Health Information Reimbursement Specialist Certificate. You do not know how hard it was to get this. Donika Daku Fuda, Medical Assisting Certificate. Ann Sovak, Therapeutic Recreation Certificate. Lisa Marie Sharp, Therapeutic Therapeutic Recreation Certificate. Will the candidates for the Associate in Art degree please rise?
The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree. The faculty recommend that the degree of the Associate in Art be conferred.
By the authority vested in the Board of Regents of Connecticut State Colleges and University under the statutes of the state of Connecticut, I confer upon you the degree of Associate in Arts as recommended by the faculty of the college, and I welcome you to the Fellowship of Learned Men and Women.
Last person, you know?
Talon Anthony Zimmerman, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Rachel Alexis Vitskowski, Liberal Arts and Science. Ben Allen Stanek Schultz, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Shannon Marie Eckley, Graphic Communications Design. Lindsay Elizabeth Demas Johnson, Fine Arts Art, and Associate in Science and Certificate. Joseph Anthony Reck, Fine Arts Art, and you're going to come back for your All right, you want to come back again, so an Associate in Science and Certificate in the Fine Arts also.
Thank you so much.
Angelica Rose Mendez, Fine Arts Art, Associate in Science and Certificate in Art. Fine Arts. Yeah, you want two. Jolie Monique Molbeyer, Fine Arts Digital Media Option. Ariane Whitney Petrelli, Fine Arts Digital Media Option. Greg Alexander Fisher, Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Coloma.
John Carlos Coloma, Liberal Arts and Science. Brett Vernon Kuhn, Liberal Arts and Science. Okay. Benjamin Abondio Downs, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Sabrina Fern Hansen, Liberal Arts and Science. Kevin Thomas Kosis, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ashley Jo Honor, Liberal Arts and Science. Kathleen Scarlett Wright, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Kyle Scott Regalia, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Stacy Lynn Payton, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Andrew Nathan Carlson, 2 degrees, Graphic Communication Design, Liberal Arts, Associate in Arts, and then also an Associate in Science and Certificate. Philip M. Richards, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Nicole Marie Stellato, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Alyssa Marie Silviario, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Will the candidates for the Associate in Science degree please rise?
The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree. The faculty recommend that the degree of Associate in Science be conferred.
By the authority vested in the Board of Regents of the Connecticut State Colleges and University under the statutes of this state of Connecticut, I confer upon you the degree of Associate in Science as recommended by the faculty of the college, and I welcome you to the Fellowship of Learned Men and Women.
Will you come forward? Cecilia R. Canavo, interpreter prep in American Sign Language and English. An all-around good person. Jessica Page Schwab, General Studies. Riley Longy, Human Services. Joan Marie Baker, General Studies. Molly Kate Baldwin, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Maurice Benjamin Cassette, Computer Systems Technology. Jennifer Marie Bourneval, Criminal Justice. Michael William Farrell, Business and Management, Administration, Accounting option. Constance R. Erickson, General Studies. Patrick Ryan Carr, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Benjamin Baxter Lammy, Technology Studies, Electric Power Option. Jennifer Lynn Kane, General Studies. Carly A. Barney, Early Childhood Education, Associate in Science, and Home Child Care Certificate. Sarah Ruth Baldwin, Early Childhood Education. Charles Lewis Bado, Criminal Justice. Eric Daniel Kane, General Studies. Denise L. Black, Interpreter Prep in American Sign Language and English. Celine R. Casella, Nursing.
Who's on my way check?
Carly M. Goodwin, Nursing. Edgar Rosado, Nursing. Sharon L. Felton, Nursing. Leanne Hogreef, Nursing. Mario Laprise, Nursing. Tracy Lynn Mitchell, Nursing. Michelle Yvette Brown, Nursing. Eva C. Rude, Nursing. Lacey Ann Zerbarini, Nursing.
Yeah, nursing!
Jennifer Rockland Smith, Nursing. Charlene Rose Kupernick, Nursing. Danielle E. Allen, Nursing. Sarah Lynn Sullivan, Nursing. Thomas J. Calcinari, Business and Management, Marketing and Sales. Tiffany L. Caddy, General Studies. Sarah H. Chapman, Business and Management, Administration, Accounting option. Megan Elizabeth Clark, Business and Management Administration. Eric D. Delaber, Human Services, Associate in Science, and a certificate. Nicholas M. DePiro, Environmental Science, Natural Resource Option. Stephanie Hope Baldwin, Nursing. Laura Ann Farrell, Nursing. Kimberly A. Shredders, Nursing. Jamie Sweetman Gray, Nursing. Judith B. Hemingway, Nursing. Ashley L. Hudak, Nursing. Melissa Ann Clark, Nursing. Jennifer Marie Dwyer, Nursing. Jeremy William Kincaid, General Studies. Tracy Elizabeth Follard, Interpreter Prep in American Sign Language and English. Okay. Cassandra Yolanda Wilson, Interpreter Prep in American Sign Language and English. Carla D. Frechette, Computer Systems Technology. Christy Ann Gagnon, Environmental Science. John Farkas, Criminal Justice. Abigail Patricia Holleran, General Studies. Erin Elizabeth Kinsella, Business and Management Administration. Katie Krasko, General Studies. Kathleen M. LaPointe, Business and Management Administration, Accounting option. Hendricks, General Studies. Kimberly Ann Duyard, Nursing. Stephanie L. Anicelli, Nursing. Kimberly Ann Griffin, Nursing. Lori Giroux, Nursing. Rita Marie Nettleton, Nursing. Scott Leonard Morisi, Nursing. Kevin J. Koloski, Criminal Justice. Yolanda Victoria Lee, General Studies. Marissa Alexandria LaFive, Criminal Justice. Casey Paul Marquis, Technology Studies, Electric Power Option. Catherine Suzanne Larson, General Studies. Jessica Ann McMurray, Therapeutic Recreation, Associate in Science degree. Jennifer Lynn Meyer, Early Childhood Education, Associate in Science, Home Child Care Certificate. Lauren K. McLaughlin, General Studies. Jolene T. Murphy, Graphic Communication Design, Associate in Science and Certificate. Dina Marie Muslin, Criminal Justice. Nicholas Edward Onion, General Studies. Jana Marie Obsinic, 2 degrees, Human Services Associate in Science and Certificate. Spencer Reed Renfrew, General Studies. Elaine Ann Sabia, General Studies. Kenneth John Santos, Criminal Justice. Trent Douglas McIntyre Jr., Business and Management, Marketing and Sales. Marissa Lynn Vasco, Allied Health Administration, Associate in Science, Medical Billing and Coding Certificate. Cassidy B. Stone, Human Services, Associate in Science and Certificate. Stephanie Elizabeth Sherman, Early Childhood Education, Associate in Science, Home Child Care Certificate. William Philip Salisbury Jr., General Studies. Matthew Edward Reese, Fine Arts Art, Associate in Science and Certificate. Anton Rajoff, Computer Systems Technology. I wasn't going to try that middle name. Caitlin Elizabeth Phillips, Criminal Justice. Renee Lee Simmons, Human Services Associate in Science and Certificate. Kelly A. Albert, Vet Tech, Veterinary Technology. Oh, yeah. Emily Rose Braddock, Veterinary Technology. Ashley Lynn Austin, Veterinary Technology. Nicole Elizabeth Sykowski, Veterinary Technology. Kelsey Townsend Lorario, Veterinary Technology. Brittany Marie Wynn, Veterinary Technology. Rebecca Lynn Byer, Veterinary Technology. Lori Lynn Hubner, Veterinary Technology. Catherine E. Lloyd, Veterinary Technology. Kristen Sarah Wheeler, Veterinary Technology. Emily Kate DeMasi, Veterinary Technology. Catherine M. Crocker, Veterinary Technology. Elizabeth C. Wendover, General Studies. Alicia St. Sauvier, Environmental Science. That was Environmental Science, Natural Resource option. Amy Teresa Starr, Business and Management Administration. John Sidney Spillane, Environmental Science. Anita C. Shaggy, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate. Kara Beth Noe, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate. Christine Marie Zagurski, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate.
Mom hasn't seen you guys.
Alyssa Marie Alarcon, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate. Reagan Kimberly Avalone, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate. Megan M. LeBlanc, Medical Assistant Associate in Science and Certificate. Allison May Zinninger, Criminal Justice.
To denote your status as graduates of Northwestern Connecticut Community College, you may now turn your tassels from the right to the left and throw those hats in the air.